Life's toughest chapters often lead to the most powerful transformations. Stay tuned to discover how your struggles are preparing you for greatness. Welcome everyone to another new video. Dear listeners, every one of us has faced difficult moments in our lifetimes when everything seemed to fall apart, when the weight of the world felt unbearable. We've all experienced setbacks, failures, disappointments, and heartbreaks. These moments can often feel like the end, but what if I told you that these tough chapters in our lives are not the end of our story, but rather the beginning of something much bigger? We've all heard the phrase, everything happens for a reason. And although it's hard to see it in a moment, there's truth to it. Every painful moment, every difficult chapter, and every heart-wrenching experience has the potential to shape us in ways that we can't comprehend. Dear listeners, I know let's look at the story of a person who went through a tough time, someone who faced countless struggles and encountered numerous obstacles on their journey. At first glance, it may seem like they were stuck in an unending cycle of failure. But what they didn't realize at the time was that their bad chapter was exactly what they needed to fuel their growth. A bad chapter is not an isolated incident. It's often the turning point that pushes us toward the next phase of our personal development. It's easy to get lost in the pain, to get trapped in the feeling is ever going to change. But if we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, we realize that the most challenging experiences often lead to the most profound growth. Dear listeners, think about a tree. During its early years, it faces storms, droughts, and harsh conditions. Yet each storm strengthens its roots, and the peach spell forces it to grow deeper. And every obstacle it faces makes it more resilient. The tree doesn't just survive the tough times to become stronger, taller, and more capable of weathering future storms. Similarly, we too grow through adversity. The challenges we face are the storms that shape us into the people we're meant to become. I know it's hard. When you're stuck in the middle of a bad chapter, it's difficult to see beyond the current moment. You feel like you're drowning in the pain and frustration of the situation. But let me tell you this, the storm you're facing right now is temporary. And it might seem overwhelming, but pass. You will emerge from it stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the challenges that lie ahead. Dear listeners, what's important to remember is that a bad chapter is not something to run from. It's something to embrace, something to learn from. In every struggle, there's a lesson. In every failure, there's an opportunity for growth. Think about the last time you went through something difficult. What did you learn? What strengths did you discover within yourself that you didn't know existed before? And you might not have been able to see them in the moment, but I guarantee you grew from that experience. Now think about your future. The person you're becoming, the person you're meant to be, is shaped by how you respond to the bad chapters in your life. Will you let them define you, or will you use them as stepping stones to reach your full potential? The reality is that we all face challenges, but it's how we approach them that makes all the difference. It's easy to stay stuck, to get bogged down by negativity and self-doubt. But remember, every setback is just a setup for something greater. Every obstacle is a test that can either break you or make you stronger. Dear listeners, I look at the stories of people who have overcome the greatest adversity. They didn't get to where they are by avoiding difficult times. I faced them head on with determination and a belief that better days were ahead. Well, they knew that a bad chapter does not determine the ending of the story. Instead, it's the way they responded to that bad chapter that propelled them to success. Take a moment to think about some of the most influential people in the world. People like Oprah Winfrey, who grew up in Frasier men from them. These individuals didn't let their bad chapters define them. They used those chapters as fuel to propel them forward. I knew that their current struggles were not the end, but rather part of a larger, greater story. Dear listeners, the same is true for you. Whatever you're going through right now is not the end of your story. It's simply a chapter. And like all chapters, it will eventually come to an end. What you choose to do in the midst of it is what matters most. Will you give up, or will you rise above the challenge and keep moving forward? Will you let the difficulties define you, or will you choose to rise above them? One of the most powerful things about life is its ability to surprise us. We can never truly know what lies ahead. And sometimes that uncertainty can feel daunting. But I want you to understand that you don't need to have everything figured out right now. It's okay not to have all the answers. The journey is what matters, the process of becoming who you are meant to be. And that process often involves hardship, struggle, and yes, bad chapters. But those bad chapters will eventually give way to the good ones. Dear listeners, it's in the darkest moments that we often find our greatest strength. When everything seems lost, that's when we're pushed to dig deeper, to find reserves of courage and resilience we didn't know we had. And when we finally emerge from the other side, we realize that the bad chapter we thought was the end was just the beginning of our most powerful story. So, if you're in the middle of a bad chapter right now, I want you to hold on. I want you to keep going, even when it feels like the world is against you. But remember that this moment is not permanent. It's just a chapter in your story, and the good part is coming. The pain you're feeling now is preparing you for something greater down the road. Trust the process and keep moving forward, because every bad chapter has a good story. Every setback is setting you up for a comeback, and your best days are still ahead of you. Believe in your story. Believe in your journey. The bad chapters don't define you, they refine you. And in the end, it's the challenges that will make your success even sweeter. Dear listeners, you are stronger than you think. You are capable of more than you know. And you will rise from this chapter with a story worth telling. Keep pushing forward, because the best is yet to come. Bad chapters in life are never permanent, no matter how long they feel in the moment. When you're in the middle of a difficult situation, it often seems like everything is falling apart. And it's easy to believe that the pain, confusion, or frustration will never end. But the truth is, no matter how tough it gets, this moment is just a phase. Just like seasons change, so too do the circumstances of our lives. The struggles we face today will eventually give way to better days, though it feels hard to see it while we're in the thick of it. Time is a unique way of healing and shifting things in our favor, even when we don't see it happening. We can't always predict when the bad chapter will end or how things will turn around, but one thing is certain: nothing stays the same forever. Life is fluid, and what feels like an unending storm today will eventually pass. That storm, and how intense, has an expiration date. In the end, the challenge we face become nothing more than a chapter in a larger story that continues to unfold. Dear listeners, the key is to hold on to hope and remind yourself that this too shall pass. It may not be easy to believe in the midst of the struggle, but persistence and faith will carry you through. When you're in a rough spot, it's important to keep moving forward, and if it's just one small step at a time. Over time, your perspective will shift, and you'll begin to see the situation in a new light. What once felt insurmountable will soon feel like a distant memory, and you'll have gained wisdom and strength from the experience. I remember bad chapters are a part of every life story, but they don't define the entire narrative. The tough times we face often serve as lessons, shape us into the people we're meant to be. They prepare us for the good things to come. It's through overcoming challenges that we truly grow and develop. And while it may seem like a bad chapter for lasting forever, it's only temporary. Better days are always ahead if we continue to push forward. Adversity has a unique way of pushing us to our limits, yet it's in those very moments of struggle that we experience the most profound growth. When things are going well, it's easy to stay in our comfort zones, but it's when life challenges us that we are forced to dig deep within ourselves. We discover strength, abilities, and resilience that we never knew existed. Adversity forces us to adapt, to overcome, and to evolve in ways that make us stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what comes next. Dear listeners, the discomfort we feel during hard times is a sign that we are being stretched, pushed beyond what we thought we could endure. While the immediate feelings of frustration or pain may seem overwhelming, they are often the very experiences that equip us for success in the future. Through adversity, we learn to handle stress, improve our problem-solving skills, and develop a mindset that refuses to give up. And this kind of growth cannot be achieved without facing some level of challenge or hardship. In every difficult situation is an opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. We have the choice to either be defeated by adversity or to rise above it. The path of growth is rarely smooth, and it often results to embrace discomfort, but it's through this discomfort that we grow the most. Challenges, failures, and setbacks become the building blocks of our character, shaping us into stronger, more capable individuals. Without adversity, we never know the full extent of our potential. When we look back on our lives, we often realize that the most challenging experiences are the ones that shaped us the most. The difficult moments gave us the chance to reflect, reevaluate, and rise with newfound strength. Growth through adversity is not just about surviving tough times, it's about transforming through them. Every challenge we face is an opportunity to learn something new, to become stronger, and to move closer to the person we are meant to be. Bad chapters in our lives, while difficult, are often the ones that build our strength and resilience the most out. When we're faced with hardship, we're forced to confront situations that test our limits. In those moments, it's easy to feel defeated or overwhelmed. But it's important to understand that these are the experiences that push us to grow. Every challenge, no matter how difficult, offers an opportunity to develop strength, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental strength. Without these struggles, we would never be able to handle the bigger challenges that lie ahead. Dear listeners, when we face adversity, we are forced to dig deeper and discover strengths we didn't know we had. Think about the last time you faced something difficult. Maybe you didn't think you could push through, but somehow you found the strength to keep going. This is the power of bad chapters. They reveal our inner resilience and force us to adapt. Each time we overcome a challenge, we build our capacity to face future obstacles with greater confidence. What may seem like a weakness in the beginning can evolve into a source of strength as we learn to navigate through adversity. It's easy to look at tough times and to wish for them to end quickly, but often it's in these moments that we build the most strength. In life, the path to growth isn't about avoiding hardship, but learning how to face it head on. As we endure tough situations, we learn how to manage stress, overcome self-doubt, and develop mental toughness. The more we face difficult chapters, the more resilient we become. Over time, we look back and realize how each challenge we faced along the way made us stronger and more capable. Dear listeners, in the end, the bad chapters we experience are like the weight that helps us build muscle. At the time, it might feel like we're carrying more than we can bear. But just as lifting weights makes us physically stronger, facing hardships makes us emotionally and mentally tougher. So the strength we gain from these experiences just as help us survive, it prepares us to thrive. When we look at our story from a broader perspective, we begin to see how the tough chapters were the ones that ultimately made us stronger and more prepared for whatever comes next. Embracing the struggle is about accepting that difficult moments are an essential part of life's journey. Many people try to avoid hardship, hoping for smoother paths. But it's important to realize that struggle isn't something to be feared or avoided, it's something to be embraced. When we resist the challenges that life throws at us, we only prolong the discomfort and miss out on the growth that comes from facing them head on. So the struggles we encounter are not roadblocks, they are opportunities to strengthen our character, sharpen our skills, and transform ourselves into the person we need to become. When we embrace the struggle, we shift our perspective on hardship. Instead of seeing it as a burden, we begin to view it as a training ground, a space where we can evolve. Our difficult moments force us to go beyond our limits, teaching us lessons that can only be learned through experience. These struggles may not feel good in the moment, but over time we realize they are shaping us into more capable, resourceful, and resilient individuals. By embracing the struggle, we give ourselves permission to grow and adapt to life's challenges with greater strength. Accepting hardship also means accepting the discomfort that comes with it. It's human nature to want to avoid pain or difficulty, but growth is rarely comfortable. When we embrace the struggle, we acknowledge that it's okay to be uncomfortable. In fact, it's often during the most uncomfortable times that we learn the most. Whether it's dealing with personal loss, professional setbacks, or moments of self-doubt, these struggles force us to discover new strengths and develop a mindset that is capable of handling adversity. Dear listeners, embracing the struggle is about trusting the process. It's knowing that every difficult moment is temporary, and that on the other side, we will emerge stronger as they're more capable. Struggles aren't there to defeat us. They are there to mold us into better versions of ourselves. By accepting them, we not only navigate through difficult times more effectively, but also build the resilience necessary to face whatever challenges lie ahead. When we embrace the struggle, we are not just surviving or evolving. How we respond to challenges plays a pivotal role in shaping the outcome of our struggles. Challenges are inevitable, but our reaction to them is what sets us apart. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when life throws difficulties our way, but instead of succumbing to fear or frustration, we have the power to choose how we react. The way we respond to challenges defines not only the direction our lives will take, but also the lessons we learn along the way. By responding with resilience, determination, and optimism, we can transform obstacles into opportunities for growth and progress. Dear listeners, when faced with a challenge, the first step is to remain calm and take a step back. In moments of pressure, it's natural to feel the urge to act impulsively, but thoughtful responses are far more effective than reactions driven by panic or emotion. A calm, measured approach allows us to analyze the situation clearly and take the necessary steps to navigate through it. Whether it's a personal setback, a career obstacle, or a difficult relationship, how we respond can either help us rise or cause us to fall. And responding with a clear mind gives us the advantage to handle the situation with the best possible outcome. Another critical aspect of responding to challenges is maintaining a mindset of perseverance. It's easy to give up when things aren't going as planned, but resilience is built through our ability to push forward, even pushing when faced with adversity. Challenges are often tests of our endurance, and it's through consistent effort, even when the path seems uncertain, that we develop the strength to overcome them. Responding with perseverance doesn't mean avoiding frustration or discomfort. It means pushing through despite those feelings, knowing that each step forward brings us closer to overcoming the obstacle. Finally, responding to challenges also requires a sense of optimism and belief in oneself. When faced with difficulties, it's important to remind ourselves that we have the capability to overcome them. Challenges are often opportunities in disguise, and by maintaining a positive mindset, we can find the silver lining in the tough situations. Our response to challenges is a reflection of our inner strength and confidence. When we choose to see challenges as temporary and surmountable, we empower ourselves to face them head on and come out stronger on the other side. The way we respond can either limit us or unlock our full potential for growth and success. Looking at successful role models is a powerful way to inspire ourselves during difficult times. These individuals, who have often faced tremendous obstacles, all serve as living proof that success is not defined by the absence of struggles, but by the stories of people like Oprah Winfrey, Steve Harvey, or Nelson Mandela show us that even the greatest achievements come after enduring significant hardship. Their lives remind us that challenges are a part of the journey, and overcoming them can lead to extraordinary accomplishments. I learned it from their examples. We gain the motivation to keep moving forward when our own obstacles seem insurmountable. Successful role models teach us the value of resilience, perseverance, and a positive mindset. They don't just succeed because they are lucky. They succeed because they face challenges head on, refuse to give up, and learn valuable lessons along the way. Role models show us that setbacks are temporary and that the key to success is not avoiding difficulties, but learning how to rise above them. Their stories provide us with a roadmap for how to turn adversity into an advantage, proving that our own struggles can be the stepping stones to something greater if we approach them with the right mindset. When we look at role models, we see that success often involves multiple failures and hardships. Many successful people had to experience rejection, criticism, or financial difficulties before achieving their dreams. These failures didn't stop them. They fueled their determination to keep going. By studying their journeys, we realize that failure is not the end, but a crucial part of the process. Role models show us that setbacks are not permanent, and that the greatest triumphs are often born from the most difficult experiences. Their persistence in the face of adversity provides us with a sense of hope and reminds us that our own struggles are simply part of our path to success. Finally, successful role models inspire us to believe in our own potential. By watching others overcome their struggles and achieve greatness, we are reminded that we too have the strength to do the same. When their success is a reflection of the possibilities available to all of us if we are willing to put in the work and remain focused on our goals. Looking at these role models helps us see that success is not reserved for a select few, but is available to anyone who is willing to persist, learn, and grow through life's challenges. Their examples remind us that we are capable of achieving greatness, no matter where we start or how difficult the journey may seem. Resilience is the inner strength that allows us to recover from setbacks, adapt to difficult situations, and keep moving forward in the face of adversity. But it's not something we are born with, but rather a trait we develop over time through the challenges we face. Our life is unpredictable and setbacks are inevitable, but resilience empowers us to handle these challenges with a mindset that refuses to give up. It teaches us that failure is not permanent and that every obstacle is an opportunity to grow. Through resilience, we learn that the toughest situations are often the ones that build the most strength and character. And the power of resilience and our ability to bounce back after hardship. When we experience a setback, it can feel as though we've reached a dead end, but resilience reminds us that the story is not over. It's the ability to find a way forward even when things seem possible. Resilient people don't allow setbacks to define them. Instead, they see challenges as temporary and view every difficulty as a lesson to be learned. It's the power to face adversity, to feel the pain, but not let it hold us back. Resilience teaches us to stand tall after falling, to try again after failing, and to continue moving even when the road ahead seems uncertain. Moreover, resilience builds mental toughness, which is essential for overcoming life's challenges. It's the ability to stay focused on the end goal despite distractions or hardships. Resilient individuals are not immune to hardship, but they possess the mental fortitude to push through. They are not discouraged by the pain or setbacks they encounter because they understand that each challenge is a step toward greater growth and success. Our resilience allows us to develop the mindset that failure is not a reflection of our abilities, but a necessary part of the journey. The more resilient we become, the more capable we are of handling the ups and downs that come with pursuing any dream or goal. Finally, resilience is about believing in the possibility of a better future despite the difficulties we face today. It's easy to become disheartened when things are tough, but resilience keeps us hopeful. It teaches us that the bad times are temporary, that our future is not defined by our current circumstances. Through resilience, we learn to trust ourselves and our ability to adapt and thrive, no matter what challenges lie ahead. It's the belief that no matter how many times we fall, we can always rise again and keep pushing forward. The power of resilience is not only in surviving life's troubles, but in using them as a foundation for building a stronger, more determined version of ourselves. Trusting the process means having faith in the journey, even when the end result is not immediately visible. It's about believing that the steps you are taking today, no matter how small or difficult, are leading you toward a greater purpose. Sometimes it's easy to feel impatient or discouraged when progress seems slow, but trusting the process means understanding that growth and success don't always happen overnight. It's a reminder that every step you take, even the setbacks, are part of a larger plan that will unfold in time. Patience, faith, and persistence are key elements of trusting the process. The process is rarely straightforward or easy, but it's important to recognize that every challenge, detour, and moment of frustration is shaping you for the future. When you trust the process, you're essentially saying that you believe in your ability to navigate it through difficult times, even when the results aren't immediate. Instead of focusing on instant gratification, you focus on the long-term goals and the growth that happens along the way. Success doesn't come from rushing through the process, but from embracing it and staying committed, even when things seem uncertain. Each challenge is a stepping stone that brings you closer to your destination. Trusting the process also involves letting go of the need for control. Often we try to control every aspect of our lives, but true progress comes when we surrender to the journey and trust that things are unfolding as they should. It's about having the confidence that your efforts will pay off, even if the outcome doesn't come as quickly as you would like. And the process requires faith in yourself and in the timing of life. When we stop trying to rush things or force outcomes, we open ourselves up to the possibility of unexpected growth and opportunities that we may have missed had we focused solely on the end result. Ultimately, trusting the process is about believing that the journey is just as important as the destination. Life's greatest lessons often come during the struggles, not at the end of the road. By trusting the process, we allow ourselves the space to grow, learn, and develop along the way. We come to understand that every setback, challenge, and victory is part of the larger picture of our lives. The process is not just about achieving a goal, it's about becoming the person capable of reaching that goal. Trusting the process means trusting in the power of persistence, patience, and faith in yourself and the journey you're on. Bad chapters in life often serve as the foundation for greatness. When we go through tough times, it can feel like everything is falling apart. But what we don't always realize is that these difficult moments are preparing us for something greater. The struggles and hardships we face help shape us into the individuals we need to become in order to achieve our dreams. They teach us valuable lessons, strengthen our character, and build resilience. Without going through the challenges we face during these bad chapters, we would not be fully equipped to handle the greatness that lies ahead. The adversity we experience becomes the preparation needed to succeed in the future. During these tough times, we often develop qualities such as patience, determination, and adaptability, traits that are essential for success. If everything in life came easily, we wouldn't learn how to handle setbacks, challenges, or even success itself. Bad chapters teach us how to rise from failure, how to cope with disappointment, and how to keep going when it feels like there is no way forward. It's through overcoming difficulties that we build the strength and wisdom necessary for future success. Each bad chapter is a lesson in disguise, nudging us toward the mindset and skill set required to embrace greatness when the time comes. Dear listeners, moreover, bad chapters help us refine our vision of success. When things aren't going well, it forces us to question our goals, reassess our priorities, and make adjustments. We become more focused and determined to make our dreams a reality. These chapters show us what we truly want in life, and in the process, we often realize that our true desires are much greater than we initially thought. Bad chapters strip away distractions and force us to get clear on what really matters. This clarity becomes a crucial step in preparing us for greatness, as we can now approach our goals with more purpose and conviction. In the end, bad chapters are a necessary part of the journey to greatness. They shape us, refine us, and prepare us for the challenges that success often brings. Greatness is not handed to us on a silver platter. It is earned through struggle, perseverance, and growth. Every tough chapter we go through is us with the tools we need to face even greater challenges in the future. The road to success is rarely smooth. But with each bad chapter we conquer, we move closer to achieving the greatness we're destined for. And the tough times don't define us, they prepare us to define our success. We often underestimate our own strength, especially in moments of difficulty. When life throws challenges our way, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or incapable of overcoming them. But what we fail to see in those moments is that we possess a far greater inner strength than we realize. Strength is not just about physical endurance or wisdom to face adversity. It is about having the courage to keep moving forward even when we feel like giving up. Every challenge we face serves as a reminder that we are capable of more than we think. Our capacity to endure, to adapt, and to thrive is far greater than we often give ourselves credit for. Dear listeners, the strength we possess is built through our experiences, even the ones that test our limits. Every time we push through difficult situations, we unlock new layers of strength within us. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that we're not strong enough to face life's challenges, but the truth is that we've already proven our strength countless times. On the fact that we're still standing, still striving, and still pushing forward despite the struggles is a testament to our resilience. Strength doesn't always reveal itself in dramatic moments, but in the quiet, persistent steps we take each day toward overcoming our difficulties. Often it's not until we look back on our lives that we truly understand the extent of our strength. When we reflect on the obstacles we've already overcome, we realize that we've been far stronger than we initially thought. It's only in hindsight that we see how much we've grown, how much we've learned, and how much we've endured. The challenges we thought we couldn't handle were actually the moments that built us, refined us, and showed us the power we hold within. We are constantly evolving, and each experience adds to our inner strength, making us even more capable of handling whatever comes next. Believing in our own strength is not just about enduring hardships, but also about trusting in our ability to rise above them. We may not always know how we will overcome a challenge, but we can trust that we have the strength within us to find a way. It's important to remember that our strength is not limited to what we think we can handle in the moment, but is part of a deeper, unshakable foundation that grows with every experience. You are stronger than you think, and the more you embrace that truth, the more capable you will become of handling anything life throws your way. Dear listeners, in conclusion, life's bad chapters, while challenging and uncomfortable, are not the end of our story, but rather the beginning of a powerful transformation. These difficult moments teach us valuable lessons, shape our character, and prepare us for greatness. Through adversity, we find strength, resilience, and the ability to grow. When we embrace the struggle and trust the process, we realize that each setback is simply a stepping stone on the road to success. We are stronger than we think, and our bad chapters do not define us, they refine us. The journey is not always smooth, but it's much through navigating these rough patches that we unlock our true potential. Just like the role models who have overcome their own struggles to achieve greatness, we too can rise above our challenges and create a life filled with purpose, strength, and achievement. So let us trust that every bad chapter we face is an essential part of the process, leading us toward a story of success, resilience, and ultimate triumph. Keep moving forward, keep embracing the journey, and always remember that you have everything within you to overcome whatever lies ahead. The best chapters of your life are yet to be written. Dear listeners, thank you for taking the time to listen and reflect on this message. I hope it has inspired you to keep pushing forward no matter the challenges you face. Remember, every setback is an opportunity for growth, and your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Stay strong, trust the process, and know that greatness lies ahead. Goodbye for now, but keep moving toward your goals with the belief that you are stronger than you think. Until next time, take care and keep striving for the best version of yourself.